Was over Crypto Muscle coming to you in a YouTube video. Here we are, internationally now, worldwide. Sync it as the words at Crypto Muscle and the Crypto Muscle Network. Come to you in this video. Alright, let's take a look over here. It's 101 Moneymaker. Probably by far the best platform in this space right now. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what claims are being made about trade like crazy or what else is out there? You got douchebags trying to push Bit Harvest out there. I mean, I'm in Bit Harvest too, granted, but these guys are gonna try to make it look like it's the best thing ever. When 101 Moneymaker's been around, all right, and they've been around and proven themselves time and time again in the tune of 289 days, right, where you can earn up to 2% per day, depending on the plan and stuff you get into. We'll go over all that stuff. But right now, by far, the best platform in the space. They have survived all kinds of, market happenings and, Bitcoin rise and fall. Right, we've seen it reach all-time highs. And then we're seeing a lull in the action. And then we're seeing, it been bouncing under 60, to what, 63,000 showing as the live Bitcoin price right now. So pretty crazy stuff, right? We've seen ETFs take over in the space as well in terms of money in crypto, right? And ETFs are being institutionally controlled, and they're the ones that trigger when there's big time input and when they decide to, make cash out money, they trigger big time output, right? And so, yeah, they're the ones pulling the strings right now on ETF side of things, which does affect the overall crypto market right now. I mean, it's being said that it's oversaturated anyways, that we are ripened for Bitcoin to go down, just because to me, it's been kind of a big bubble, and it hasn't really bursted yet. Yeah, it's deflated, but hasn't bursted yet. It needs to burst. And then I would love to just jump in and snatch up some myself. But anyhow, 101 Moneymaker. It's been around since July 21st last year. So 289 days. Alright, 289 days. Pretty crazy stuff. I mean, when you look at it, do a quick calculation. 65 plus 11. That makes it, 76 days away from being a full year. And one thing I would love to do, and I would not mind doing, is doing a 1-year anniversary of 101 Moneymaker in the tune of a 5-year anniversary of Crypto Muscle in the Space, because it does fall around July of, being my anniversary month. I'll have to pinpoint the exact day of when I officially launched. But hey, I would say it was early July. It wasn't around this date, but I would have to say early July. Anyway, you know what? Let me see if I could find. Let me pull up my channel, and let me see if I could go all the way back. And it's gonna take forever to get there. Let me see if I could. Pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this, like, tons. I'm just trying to get to the original episode 1. Maybe if I type in episode 1, and then I'll get there. Let's see here. Episode 1. 1. Damn. Alright, how about this? I might have to spell it out. Episode. So I did 150th episode, November 4, 2019 there. Episode 1000. Right there, 2020. Some good shit, huh? Look at that. So, just saying. 200th episode. Extravaganza back then. Look at that. Moonberg and Cash of X. Man, that's some stuff right there. And I think my first video was about Cash of X. Let me see if it'll let me get to that. No, I went to episode 12 as Cash of X. It's got to be there. See how it's spanning August, July, 2019 now? Damn, I wish I could. Oh, you know what? Maybe let me try one more real quick. I know it's kind of going off on the tangent. Here. This is my original OG channel that I originally lost, but I got back. So that was cool. Long story on that one, by the way, but it's great to have it back. Yeah, damn it. This is episode 8. See, that was July 29th. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to get. Maybe one day I'm just going to just keep paging it back. And then that way. But going back to the big picture is 5 years on YouTube comes July. I would love to do a 5-year anniversary would coincide with the 1-year anniversary of 101 Moneymaker. So we'll see. You know, it would be a great monumental goal to get to, and we'll go from there. Pretty straightforward stuff, all right. I know I took a lot of time trying to dig that my archives there. So we'll go straight to the back office here, right? So I got 662. I could hit reinvest if I wanted to, but I'm not into doing that. And by the way, this right here, BUSD, May 6th, all right, which is tomorrow. It's going to be sunsetted, meaning that it's not going to be accepted anywhere anymore, because that's no longer the USD dollar, how you want to call it, stable dollar for Binance. They are, I guess you could say, deleting it. So if you haven't gotten rid of your BUSD, better get rid of it. I already contacted support. They never responded back to me on this one. I'll have to go through other means here, maybe through the chat, or I'll try to find them on Telegram or something, because email support doesn't work. Being straight. Everything else works, like it's paying and all that stuff. Power packages. So they evolved, all right. One thing about platforms is that they were doing 1% daily for 101 days. That was the original OG plan. But, you know, things happen. And if they feel they need to evolve to become better and to become sustainable and maintainable and all that, what do? You got to make some changes. And they did. They made some changes. And what they did was they did it behind the scenes and worked on it and implemented it without any sort of like big downtime or taking a big break. Kind of like what Smiley Tech's doing right now. They should, you know, early on, they did it early on, and it's not good to do that sort of thing early on, right? What 101 did was they worked on it, they implemented it, and launched it as they continued maintaining the flow without losing a beat in 101 Moneymaker. And I give kudos to that. I think they did a real good job doing that. And then when you look at what they did now is they spread out the plans or packages, and the less you put in, the less you make, right, daily, but the more days spent being in it. Versus you put in a bigger deposit, you earn the max amount daily, 2%, but your days are minimal, 100 days. So in the end, whichever end you like to play, I think it kind of balances itself out, which is cool, you know? And so that's how you got to look at it. So that's some serious money. 100,001 to make 2% daily. That's some serious money. But there are people out there that have ambitions and decide that, hey, you know what? I want to go all in. Bam, right there. Someone like Terrence Pounds, for example, would definitely jump on plans like that. All right, I've seen it in various programs. Pulling a ton of money into programs. All right, and that shit's real. Not some Marco's dick bag, for example, that fake bullshit that he does, trying to act like, he has clout and money. You know what? You may be good with words and developing groups and things like that, even though they're small, but you make it look like you're big, but you're small, but you're still trash, all right? Marco's is straight trash, and he's a piece of shit that, yeah, there's no way he would front money because he's a bitch, straight up. Just saying. Let's see there. And continue. Alright. We'll round down to 55. There you go. The volatility of the space. It's all good, baby. Alright. We'll withdraw that. And there it is. 1 to 4 days. So last week withdrawal typically takes like 1 day. Last week withdrawal took 4 days. So it just varies. I remember there was another time where I did a withdrawal months ago and it took 4 days, right? So every now and then it'll need to take 4 days, and then most of the time it takes like a day or two, from my experience personally. So that's where it's at here. The best platform in the space. Classic. You put it in, they do the business, and we take it out. All right, hey, I'm good with that. I like programs like that. I like programs that can run long, right? It's kind of a rarity, but still always a breath of fresh air and welcomed in this space. Who wouldn't want that? Maintainability and sustainability, so that's what we got here with that. And so that's where I'm at with it as well. But yeah, we're going to continue to count down as we get closer and closer to the 1 year anniversary. And like I said, I would love to make a connection and make the event, bigger than just a 1 year anniversary. We're going to have a 5 year anniversary of Crypto Muscle on YouTube. Now, that's some good stuff right there. Yeah. Oh, man. The ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, and what we've been doing in this space for a very long time now is continue to maintain, alright? Always keep the money flowing and going over several platforms. That's what we do. And then from there, we just keep going and flowing. Alright, non-stop. Check it out later on today. I'm going to join one new platform, maybe two, but one for sure. Alright, so I'm just saying, because we got to keep the flow going. Alright, so other than that, comment down below. Links are in the description for everything. And other than that, 101 is a banger, and I'll see you next one.